What is up, YouTube? We are down here in the den. It is April the 5th. Night off in the sugar house. Season's coming to an end, so these guys are kind of on my mind a little bit. Still got a little ways, but it would be a good time to upload some turkey kills. There's not much to the videos, kind of just the kill shots. So what we're gonna do is break it down on the whiteboard. I'm going to show you the clip and tell you what I think made the hunt successful. There's a double. First video sees a double. Me and my buddy Chris. His first bird. So yeah, here's that first clip and we'll talk about it. Can't stop the flock. That fucker's got hooks. Kind of. A little bit. At an inch 3/4. Long beard. Stupid. That fucker's smoking. But Alright guys, this is kind of the layout of what that hut was. It's a big cornfield here, pit cornfield. I'd watched these birds down in this low spot of the field the night before across the tree line and go and roost on private land that we didn't have permission to hunt on. That being said, when I was picking a spot to set up for the next morning, I didn't want to come down here too low because I didn't want these birds to come off the roost and sneak behind us, having 3 hunters. I mean, there was decent cover in this tree line, but odds are if they get behind you, they're gonna bust you. Somebody's gonna move, or it's not gonna go according to plan. So we chose to sit up on the hilltop of the field. And what had happened, and what I think one of the most important parts about this hunt, besides the setup, was we had 3 jakes that came out right at first, early. It was gobble gobble, sun broke, they came out into the field, hens came out, didn't want nothing to do with decoys, could tell it wasn't the longbeards I'd seen the night before. So instead of, getting frustrated and trying to move down this tree line and get into where we know they were roosted, we stuck it out. Another half hour later, look down, I see 2 redheads come out of that tree line. Couple calls, got their attention, they seen decoys, ran up, dropped the call, grabbed the gun, game over, double. So, yeah, pretty much location of where we set up, knowing we didn't want the birds to come behind us, and sticking it out. Those are the 2 real keys of success, I think, for this hunt. So, we'll show you the next clip, and we'll talk about that one. Yeah, buddy. whatever, kind of what looks like a blind third grader drew this, but it doesn't matter. I get the point across. So, on this hunt, we had tried 2 other birds before we found these birds. It was 11:45. We pulled back up to our trucks down the dirt road here, pull in, drop my buddy off. Well, as I'm dropping him off, I pull up the binos, and this is a tree line right here. I'm like, are those 2 longbeards over there in the corner? It's like, no way. Pull up the binos, sure as shit, 2 longbeards in the corner here. So this is an old abandoned railroad bed, and each of these sides is, I don't know, probably about 10 feet tall. So you can access and not even be seen. I looked at him and he'd never shot a bird before. I said, well, you gotta keep going. I said, you can't give up now. I said, if they're fired up, you know, every turkey's got his day. We clarified that they were both longbeards, and we took off, left the truck, come down this tree line. I got him in front of me, set up, called a couple times. They both hammered back. One of them broke away, come into 10 yards, and he dropped him. But 2 keys to success, I would think, on this is, 1, obviously not giving up. You know, it's 11:45, and in New York we can only hunt till noon, so we had 15 minutes to get from the truck, get up this tree line, set up, and that's all it took. I think he ended up killing a bird at 11:58 or 11:59. It was pretty epic way to end the morning, but just knowing your surroundings too, knowing, you know, don't try to cut across this tree line. They're gonna bust you. Use the elevation of these 2 hills here, sneak in, you know, get within the bubble, as they say. That was about it. It was just not giving up, knowing what route to take in that situation. I mean, you could have probably tried to reap them or whatnot, but if you can get in their bubble without them knowing, my scout, that's the easiest way to get it done, especially when they don't have hens. I mean, they're pretty responsive to calls when it's midday like that, and they've already broke off from the hens, and then it's like, oh, another hen over here. Perfect. But, yeah. So, let's roll that 3rd clip and talk about that one. Alright guys, so in that last clip, we were actually in a blind. He roosted this bird with a bunch of hens. He was the only longbeard in the group. Shut up. Out of the way there. This is a peninsula of hardwoods here. This is a big cornfield. It ends up turning into brushy cover over in here, and then another small cornfield over here, but I didn't really play in the hunt. So, good buddy Brandon, talking to him, he had tagged out and asked him if he wanted to tag along, and we roosted the bird and whatnot, and kind of starting to come up with a game plan, and pretty much said, you know, if you can get in within 30 to 40 yards of where he's going to be when he comes off the roost with a strutter and a lay down hen, he's coming to fight that Tom decoy. And that's exactly what we did. We got in there super early, came around to the top side of this field in the darkness, set up the blind on this little jut out with this hardwoods, called to the bird once on the limb, flew down, hens flew down, we're kind of meandering around here. As soon as that Tom come down and seen that lay down hen in front of that strutter, lights out. And in the video you can probably see he was kind of facing towards me with his fan up. But I don't give a rat's ass. If I got the old 935 in hand, the bird is gonna fold. I don't care what kind of position he's in. But yeah, so I think kind of the main takeaway of this hunt was knowing that that breeding pair of decoys is going to be so effective on a bird that's henned up like that if you can get in there safely without busting them. And you know, the other key part of this hunt is be scouting, just knowing that, all right, there's only one bird, he's by himself and he's got all these other hens with him. You got to get in there and make them territorial, got to get in this bubble, because you're not going to break them away unless it's later in the morning, kind of like the second hunt in this video. But yeah, hope everyone has a good turkey season. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, keep the algorithm happy, and stay tuned for more hunting and fishing videos. And hopefully get more content this year, and as the great Clay Newcomb says, keep the wild places wild, because that's where the bears live, and the big bucks, and the wild scouts, and Larry the largemouth, and Tom the turkey. Good luck this turkey season, guys. Shoot straight, and God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.